everyone, Bethany here and welcome to my channel. I am testing out some new things on my video. If you've noticed lately, the videos have been lagging, a few mic pops here and there. So I am testing my system, but I also thought it would be a perfect opportunity to play with the July stamp and die set of the month from the Not Too Shabby shop. I love this cuteness. I asked actually to get it early if I could, and she was so nice and let me have it early, which was amazing. So anyways, I am going to just stamp out a couple of these and then we're going to color and play. I want to let you know though, if you haven't seen any of the Not Too Shabby shop videos about this, there's an extra die, toss it out. Basically how I did it was I lined them all up to make sure that I had them all before I decided, oh, yep, that one's the one to toss. These are so cute. Look at them. There's a little bear with a snow cone, a bear just hanging out with his hat and scarf, a bear with a tree, a bear bearing gifts. It says I come bearing gifts. I think that's really fun. So I'm going to just go ahead and stamp a couple of these out. And I'm going to stamp them out with some black soot. I really want to get a good coverage on these as best as I can. Alright. And then using my Maker Forte smusher. It's an amazing tool. If you don't have one, you need one. Yay for that. I'm going to use the Maker Forte Moscow Mule embossing powder. I love the look of this embossing powder. It's just pretty, and I think it's perfect for the holiday season. It's getting good coverage. Because it does have a glitter attached to it, it is a little more staticky than say your clear embossing powders. And if there's anything still sticking, just grab a smaller brush. To avoid it, I would just suggest using some anti-static powder next time. I'll set this aside, clean up my mess later. And then when you have something with a little more glitter in, always heat from the back. And then you want to heat from the front after you've gotten a good amount of the glitter stuck to the paper. So now we are going to get out some alcohol ink markers. I used my Ohuhu markers. I absolutely love them. They're quite affordable and really easy to use. I don't have many issues at all. The only thing I would say is when you first get them, make sure you are in a splatter-free zone because occasionally they might splatter right away. So I am going to just do textured coloring, meaning I am going to just haphazardly color in and then grab a complementary color. I'm not even going to do much blending or testing because the more layers you add in, the more it's going to just blend on its own. And you'll see that my brush strokes, I'm using the brush tip part, but my brush strokes are uneven, but the goal is to get everything filled in eventually. This is a way to add texture when there might not be texture indicated necessarily in the stamp itself. A lot of times when you see me using alcohol ink markers, you'll notice I treat most of the strokes as if I'm not coloring or drawing, but as if I'm a painter with a canvas that I want to fill. And that's when brush strokes become super important. I don't consider myself a great person when it comes to blending. Like, I know how to do it. I just sometimes don't have the patience to do it. But here you see with the Forte color, I am starting to fill in all those white gaps. It does take a lot of focus though to focus on hitting just the white parts of the tree. And then any bits I think need a little darker area filled in. I'm just going to fill them in now. Next, I am going to use the terracotta brown. This one, I'm going to cover the large area quickly. So I am going to use the chisel brush. When you're not trying to have any details add it in and you just want a quick blend, using that chisel edge will basically do that for you. It's like having a giant brush versus using the little detailing brush. And as long as you are focused enough to stay in the lines, you should be good. And what will happen is if I do see any stroke lines or anything like that, then I'll just blend them out with a few more strokes until they look nice and covered. Not forgetting the paws, of course. And I'm using the short end of the chisel tip for the smaller areas, and then bringing it back to the fatter side of the chisel tip for the larger areas to cover. And making sure I keep the detail of the edge of the branches. And I want a different colored brown for the tree trunk here. And then I'm also going to bring a little shadowing on the edges using the brush tip again. Just small bits of detail here, just to give it a little depth and dimension without being overly over the top. And then we're going to pick a cute blue using the brush tip. Nice dark manly blue. I guess I'm making this into a masculine card, although initially I thought to put a pink earmuffs. For whatever reason, that was what my brain thought of first. And then the star on the top, we're going to use the sunflower here, and we'll just keep it one single color. And there you go. So I am going to color the rest of these little guys off screen, and I will come back when I am done. Now that I've colored everything out, I am going to put myself together a little sandwich in the Cuddle Bug, and I've taped the die cuts down and put them through the Cuddle Bug. And here is this cute little guy, and we have the little guy with the tree. I'm going to call them all guys, even though I colored some girly colors into a couple of them. But they're bears. This one, she's adorable. She has a little blue with pink and green, so we'll call her a her. And then this little guy is just so stinking cute. I really like him too. Now that I have these cute little bears cut out, I am going to take a digital paper pack and a digital stamp set from Maker Forte, and I am going to go ahead and foil them. So I am going to go ahead and foil this Merry and Bright Sentiment from the digital kit, and I have this shiny pretty gold. I have my Scotch laminator set to the 5mm setting, and I'm going to go ahead and put this through a couple of times to really get it to stick. And then one thing that I do before I let it go is I use the bone folder to really make sure that the foil is as down as it can get. And voila, you have a clean, clear, and crisp sentiment. If you haven't seen anything I've done before, always save the negative because it can get used later. So now I'm going to go ahead and foil a couple more of these, and I'll be right back. So I thought I was recording, but I also, through my laminator, foiled with silver sequins foil this Maker Forte digital paper, and now I'm just going to cut it down to the right size. So I am going to pop this Merry and Bright up on foam tape here in the corner. And then I want to also pop the Christmas tree up on foam tape as well. I'm going to center it, and then the bears will be around it. So I want this little guy to be in the background. We're going to play with dimensions a little bit here without losing any touch of what these guys are doing. They are super cute. So we're going to start with the little bear here. He's going to be a little off the edge because I cut this just shy of the full A2 size card front. So I have a little playing room for when I put this on a card base. I will not be putting it on a card base today because I want to create a lot more of these before I start putting them on card bases. Sometimes I find that it is much easier if you have a batch that you put together with all the card bases done first, and then when you're ready, you do a batch of card fronts together, and then it ends up being, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do half foam tape, half glue on this middle guy, because I don't want to lose out on the pink pom-pom of this little lady here on the bottom. So that's how we're going to get around with that. I'm going to pop him up on foam tape so he's out of the way here, but then I'm going to glue his booty down there. Ta-da! He became dimensional. And then this little lady, we're going to just pop her up completely on foam tape. And there you have this cute bear card front with lots of foil, shimmer, and sparkle, but simple enough that it can be done en masse quickly. So now I have this last little bear to put on a card. I've cut down this babyer blue card front down to an A2 size, and I am going to go ahead and put the scrap of the foiled paper. I'm going to just glue it down with my Beary art glue. Ironically, apparently there's bear theme today. I just want to pop the sentiment up on some foam tape. I'm going to keep it simple, mostly because this card is pretty without extra frills, in my opinion. Now I'm going to pop the little bear up on foam tape as well. He kind of looks naughty, like he stole the Christmas tree or something. Plus with the sentiment of Dear Santa, I can explain. Yeah, I think that's pretty fitting. So that was very simple to put together, but super cute anyways. As a reminder, here were the two card fronts I created today. The first one being the Merry and Bright with the three bears dimensionally put together in that little tree. And the second one was the snowflakes with the naughty little bear looking. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have a specific way you would have done this, let me know. The other fun thing is these bears can be turned into different seasonal bears. Like this is an ice cream cone with a hat. So in Wisconsin we have ice cream in the winter too. So you could do something like that for a birthday. Or this little bear holding a gift. There's all different ways to use these bears. So I think they are just so adorable. And I hope you had fun today just like I did. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out any links I have posted down below for the supplies that I used today. I also will have a link down below for my own shop. I have a fantastic sale going on right now. If you're like me and you've already shopped for your Christmas gifts, this sale is perfect for you. And I will also have links down below for my family's channels and their shops as well. And if you want to just support our little budding family, I have links for that too. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining in, and happy making. Bye! You can hear the little man in the background. He just woke up from his nap and is so excited because he had an extra long nap today. Helps if I actually use the microphone. I forget that there's a microphone this time around. Just making my mess, making my noise happen all over here. Don't you know? Don't mind me, I'm just making a hot mess happen over here.